All right. What's up, internet? How you do? Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait.
Can't do it.
Oh.
You got that.
Okay. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. Ready? We're gonna start over. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. What's up, internet? How you doing? Welcome back to another video. You guys have been asking for me to finish Peppa Pig for a long time, but the problem is, Peppa Pig it doesn't work anymore on my computer. It's broken. So instead, me and my biological father, Mr. Badgers, we made our own storyline for the game. And that's what this is. Peppa Pig and the 5 Stages of Grief. This is a fan fiction that we wrote. It's very serious, so please be respectful in the comment section.
Warning, this video contains dark and violent themes, such as Peppa Pig, her brother George, Mommy Pig, and Daddy Pig.
Okay, let's start it up. Oh, whoops. Okay. I gotta do my voice. Denial. The Queen of England is dead. Peppa and her family heard this from the TV, and hearing this news on the TV made them all very, very sad. All 4 of them were very sad when they were watching this. But the next piece of news that would be announced on BBC Network would be the most insane news ever received. This is the new King of England, King Jamal I. And he married into the bloodline, the Royal English British bloodline, and everyone was very accepting of this new king, except for one person. Peppa Pig. She was confused by this idea. She thought to herself, he doesn't look like he's from the royal family. He must have married in. He must have married into the family, she thought to herself. And Peppa Pig, she's a loyalist to the British crown. She would not stand for something like... I just dropped a bottle. Oh. She would not stand for this. And because of her loyalty to the British bloodline, she didn't understand why this man was able to be the King of England when he isn't even of the same blood. All of this was extremely confusing to Peppa Pig. And rightfully so, I would say. Peppa Pig was worried about the future of her great nation. The great nation of... Sorry, I'm sorry. Peppa Pig was worried about the great nation of the United Kingdom. And so she decided to take matters into her own hands. Part 2. Anger. Welcome to the Supreme Court, Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig is here at the United Kingdom Supreme Court to pass Sorry, you weren't supposed to see that yet. Peppa Pig was here to pass new legislation banning all interracial marriage from the United Kingdom to prevent this from happening ever again in the future, to protect the royal bloodline. And this legislation went through the Supreme Court, and it went all the way through until it got to the last judge, and he said, no! He said, no, I will not pass this! Your law stinks and it smells bad, and you smell like a pig. This made Peppa Pig extremely, extremely upset. So she went home to, so she actually pulled a gun out so she had to be escorted away from the court, and she ran home, and Peppa Pig ran home, from the British police. Mummy, it was horrible! Peppa Pig was explaining everything that happened to her mummy. That's what this orange one is back here. I couldn't get a full picture of her. She takes up too much room. And she was explaining this to her parents, but her father was not happy about the treason that Peppa Pig was insinuating. He was not happy about it one bit. And so Daddy Pig got mad at Peppa, and he said, you dare imply anything wrong about our glorious King Jamal I? Peppa Pig was upset about the fact that her opinions were not shared by her father. So for the first time in Peppa Pig's life, she had to consider that maybe her parents weren't right about everything. Bargaining. Peppa Pig sat for a while and she thought to herself, for the first time in her life, Peppa Pig used her brain. And she thought, man, it can't be a problem with other races. I mean, I can't hate all black people. LeBron James is black and he's the GOAT. Surely racism isn't my problem, but what could be? What could be my problem? All of these thoughts were so conflicting to Peppa Pig, and these conflicting thoughts led her into the fourth stage it led her into a Great Depression. The fourth stage of grief is depression. That's what. And so, Peppa Pig, she cried out to the heavens above. She said, God, what are these feelings? What are these feelings that I feel? It doesn't feel right, and yet it can't feel wrong. Peppa Pig she was very sad, and she sang a very sad song about it. Very sad.
It was a sunny day, the rain went away. George was very happy, but Peppa wasn't great. George said, Peppa, stop. I said, not right now, 'cause there's no puddles in my lawn.
This is how sad.
Puddles in my lawn, puddles in my lawn.
But then, in Peppa's depression, in the white void of Peppa's mind, when all seemed lost, she turned around to see outstretched hand. You weren't supposed to see that. Outstretched hands from who could it be? Who could it be? Well, I mean, you already saw it. It was George. It was her brother, George. He was here to show Peppa Pig the truth about the world. The dark truth about the world. And that brings us to our final stage of grief. George spoke to Peppa Pig and he said, Peppa, listen to me. This is the truth about the world. Racism is wrong, Peppa. We are all created equally by God. We all have the same purpose and we all share a common enemy. Capitalism! Capitalism is the problem in the world. George said in a British voice because he's British. And he explained to Peppa that the answer to all their problems was in front of them all along. The answer was communism! Communism, baby! Socialism is what I'm talking about! Red countries, communism! Communism, baby! Free market is overrated, okay? In communism, everybody is equal. Nobody's racist because everybody's mining coal for the greater good anyway. This made sense to Peppa. So Peppa sought out to create the one world government, communist one world government, and George would be the ruler of this government. And so on April 1st, 2025, which is today, hold on. George gave a speech to the people, and he said the most inspirational thing of all time to the communist people to make this rule complete.
Dinosaur.
The end. Thank you for watching, everybody.
This was terrible.
Please subscribe. I love you.
Why did you say
Why did I say that? Stupid!